Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. And yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. I will show you two gameplays in the E-100, and there it is in all its glory in the garage, and I love it. I love to have it, and today's video is actually very interesting because we will talk about the E-100 in game, we will talk about the E-100 on the marketplace, and we're also talking about the MX-15 Blindé, and that it will actually, well, suffer the same fate as the 100. And I'm not really interested in going through this bullshit myself again. So I think before we talk about anything more, let's just have a look at the marketplace and let's see what is what. So here we are on the marketplace, and this is practically the start site. And this is what's currently going on the market as of today, right now. Merkaba for 70 Gaijin coins. Well, it's rather expensive, but it's still okay. Have absolutely no problem with the heavy tank T30 or the VFW. But then the M8, the 75mm gun motor carriage M8, which is arguably overpowered, 240 Gaijin coins. IS-7, 312. The list goes on. I could name here even some rather rare German ones, the VK4501P, and the TV or the T5, and the KV220, strong balanced Soviet, comrade, 330. But if we look for the E-100, well, that's just the cheapest is 1350 Gaijin coins. The most expensive one, 1800, dead flat. And somebody is willing to pay over 400 Gaijin coins. And Gaijin is profiting here on two sides. First of all, you have to buy the Gaijin coins. So you have to buy them with real money. One Gaijin coin, $1. And then the seller still has to pay a tax of 15%. So Gaijin is constantly profiting. And this is not just the market. For me personally, the tank has lost a lot of value. It was power creep, more on this in a moment, and it has never been compensated in any way, shape or form. But there is more to the tank. We will go quickly back on it in the hangar. And on top of this, when it first was given out, it was not even 750 of them were given out. And now it is the price of tournaments. Now there were multiple more tournaments afterwards. And the first tournament was a massive disaster with cheaters and Gaijin acknowledging it and etc. And I'm really a little bit mad at this because we are going to see the very same with the MX-50 Blindé. It will be limited in the First World War season to 1,000. And then you can be sure that it again will be the price of some tournaments. It will be available then as something rather expensive. And the E-100 is so close to the mouse as the MX-50 Blindé will be to the Tech 3 MX-50 Scarcity. So I don't understand why the prices are that outrageously high. It's pure greed from the player base that have it, and also Gaijin. This is not the way that I think Gaijin should go. That this should be even allowed, those extremely high prices. But at the end of the day, it's Gaijin. It's money. Oh boy. But finally, you guys want to see some gameplay, right? Well, one more minute, and we are in a double feature. I promise. So, part number one, this tank doesn't have a premium status, and the talisman that I paid for the talisman. So this is a stock non-premium tank, and well, on top of it, just look at the repair costs. 31,000 civilians per battle. That's, you just bleed money with this thing. And then the tank, obviously, undoubtedly, is not really performing that well in the current meta. And on top of this, if you go into a full up tier to 8.7, you're fighting alongside the Leopard A1, A1, L44 with that turret rotation speed, with that long reload, with that armor that is not really able to withstand AP, FSDS and Heat FS of that magnitude on ATGMs and helicopters and CAS. Oof. Oof. But let's be honest here. This tank, when it works, there is some satisfaction about it. It just shows the great things that are possible and what Gaijin does with them. I'm not here to rant about Gaijin, but at the end of the day, it's Gaijin's gameplay design decisions, it's Gaijin's battle rating decisions, and it's Gaijin's economy decisions. And you just get slapped in the face on a daily basis when you play this tank. So why pay 1,800 Gaijin coins for it, or demand them and expect that somebody pays for that? Well, we'll have to see. So now, it's time for some gameplay. Oh yes, but now gameplay. Oh yes, gameplay in the E-100. Alright. Here we go, boys. We are the one-man army. We're going to carry this game no matter what kind of tanks the enemy throw at us. And then the Americans said, okay, you don't fear tanks, what about helicopters? Oh god. Oh god, I so hate CAS. 1, 2 light tanks down, and they're still coming, and that's just the first one. And then the third of our tanks is down. And now it said it's U-57-2 kills the second helicopter. You know, once upon a time, that thing was the biggest problem in War Thunder that we had. That said it's U-57-2. Now, it is your only kind of relief. And there is the third helicopter of the enemy team. And he kills another BMP-1. He kills a respawning ZSU-57-2. And now he's down as well. This is cancer. Those 3 guys killed 6 tanks before we even could reach half of the map. I'm sorry guys, but this is exactly what I'm complaining about. It's not about why is this mode actually called Tank RB? When it's all about abusive gameplay in planes and helicopters. I mean, that guy is now in a Canberra. He never touched a tank. And just because he rushed A and just killed some light tanks, he has enough spawn points to now go in a bomber. Has anybody at Gaijin ever thought about balance, about game fun? Do they really play their own game? And if they play their own game, do they really think this is okay? Ugh. Okay, after this incident with the helicopters, after this amazing amount of fun that we had, and after just trying to shoot them down, not moving forwards, we are now slowly but surely coming to the middle of the map, and the enemy team is just melting my team. The damage, the initial damage that those helicopters do is a catalytic effect. And there I just bounced, or I absorbed the first Heat FS without any sort of damage. But I know that there is another tank on my side. And I'm observing what kind of tank it is. I think I saw a shape that would lead me to the conclusion it was an M56 Scorpion. But I'm not sure about that. So here, one of my medium tanks is going in. And there I see the first customer of the day. Finally. And despite this being an easy, gifted kill that you could probably do in a Panzer IV F2, it feels great to finally shoot a tank. Okay, let's just get in the cap. Let's try that we can at least contribute to the cap. But no, M56 Scorpion killed the T-54 with a one-shot through the front. That's a light tank, 1 battle rating lower. And there it is, and this is, oh yes, heat to the face for you, good sir. And watch that, watch that. Is that a chieftain? Oh, I have a long reload. But not with the 75 man. Yes! This is satisfying, this is awesome. Not that helicopter crap. This is great. And there I make use of the 75mm. I use the smoke shells to at least cover this up. I'm in the cap. This is why I just simply repair faster. And I have an ace crew on this tank, which I played for. But I bought the talisman, as I said in the beginning. Oh, M56 Scorpion. I just mark it on a map for the rest of my team. I see some other tanks firing, and I need to get back to my lines. Overextending in an E-100, that's not gonna end well. And hello, sunshine. Good night, sweetheart. Oh yeah, APHE. This is what makes the game fun. This is what makes the game awesome. And is there the M56 Scorpion? Does he come through there? Yeah, of course, when I'm not looking, he's there. I fire anyway, and we hit him with some fragments, but not really effective damage. Let's slowly continue. I'm presenting here the broadside to some gaps. There is always a tank with a stabilizer and heat or something like this. So this is incredibly dangerous, and this tank is not the fastest. Oh, hello there. Is that an M103? And he doesn't see me. How can you not see an E-100 in the open? Target 1. Target 2. Yes! So we finally got him. And now I feel like I can do something. I can do something. I'm observing the gap here. And I hear the tanks. I'm using here my ears. Again, I'm not listening to Sabaton. And I'm not quite sure where he is, but C gets decaptured. That is not good. That is not good. So I am already in some sort of picky situation. And I hear another tank. I don't see him, but I guess he's behind that building. And this is why I had to turn around. And you can see how long it takes. And yep, there it is. Is that another T95E1? I risk it. I risk it. No, there he isn't. And that was a weird crew knockout. But I take it. Maybe the hit camera was not working properly. But I think that shell should have just done something. And that heat shell to the side of yet another T95E1 should have done more damage. And then, that's an M48, I guess? No, that M26? I'm not quite sure. M26, it should be an M26. I'm shooting the smoke grenades behind me, and that was a good shot. That was a good shot. Killing the entire turret crew with one single 75mm heat shell. And now I'm in a very tricky position because I don't know what to do. Tanks will surround me, no doubt about this. This is why I'm launching the smoke shells still behind me, hoping that it will obscure my presence here for just a moment. And then this guy also overlooked me. So this guy is now trying to rush me. And yeah. Come on, turn around. Oh my god. There is an M56 Scorpion, and I wasted my heat shell here, and I have to reverse. And now I want to kill this guy. I should have taken him out with the heat shell, but now 3 tanks are there, swarmed by American tanks. My gun breaches are taken out, and they're firing it with AP-FSDS and Heat FS. There is just not much that you can do eventually. So my team died, they were crushed early on, and this is exactly the fatal result that I always complain about and what I think is absolutely disgusting. There is just consequently only one thing that you can do. Yes, because this tank, and this is the results that just came in, costs 29,000 Silverline to repair. On top of this, a few thousand Silverlines for ammunition, and then all our income got used up for that, and that despite a 10% Silverline booster. So we barely broke even without the Silverline booster. We just might have lost money for 8 kills. And this is not a premium tank. You sure you want to sell it for 1,800 Gaijin coins? You sure you want to buy it for that price? Oof. Just oof. And now here we are on Kursk, and this is what makes this tank worth the Silverline amount that you have to pay for it every single battle. This is what makes the tank worth it. The top speed of 40 kilometers an hour downhill in a straight line. Yeah, granted this is nearly twice as fast as the mouse, but you rarely see this top speed. And remember, this tank on paper has an even lower horsepower to ton ratio than the mouse. And now, the first surprise of the day. We get shot in the side by a heat round. There are 2 tanks. I swing my tank around, and before he can reload, I pull the trigger and the shell just gets absorbed by the armor of an AMX 30. A German 128mm APCBC round got absorbed by that tank. Okay. So here is the next enemy, and yeah, it was an T92. Now we have to repair, we have to angle. I could smoke myself up here, but I want to see the enemy at least where he's coming from. There it is. And he stays still. And so we get the M46. And this time the APCBC round doesn't really bug out, and we get the kill. Second kill, and now I want to go in C. Okay, about C. I already made a video with the E-100 exactly around this capture zone, exactly in this position, and that was before the M46 got the heat buff. So now the same situation wouldn't be the same anymore. I try, despite all the nerfs to the E-100 and the power creep and the buffs to other vehicles around it and the compression, etc., to get into this cap and capture it. And now I'm just simply smoking myself up, and again you can see how useful the 75mm gun is. It is so versatile, it is so good, it brings in so many more kills, it helps in assisting to bridge the reload of the 128mm. You can hull break lightly armored vehicles, you can smoke yourself up. This is such an amazing tool. It just amplifies skill if you know how to use it, and this is why I love this 75mm. And once in a while I just feel like driving the 100. So to be honest, there is not that much more to do, except, you know, one last kill. Come on, come on. Yes, and there you also can see how bad the scope is. 5 minutes later, where there was nothing left to do, and I am here on the top of the hill, and we finally have defeated the enemy team. The rest of my team also did very well, but I think my distraction here down at C helped at least a little bit. So for our efforts for 1 cap and 1 kill assist and 3 kills, we actually don't get here the highest amount of Silverline and RP. And remember, this tank has no premium status, so 32,000 Silverlines, and thanks to a talisman that I bought for the tank, 9,134 modification research points. The tank has its moments, and so I think about making a win and fail compilation in this tank. I have certainly enough material. Let me know in the comment section if you want to see that. On top of this, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the battlefields of War Thunder.